Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Jaybird. And this is remembering 1976 and 1977 when I first learned how to play chess, created my opening, my theory behind it, my style of playing, how I play and move the pieces. And this is how I play chess. And the more and more I keep playing, which now I'm playing more than I ever did, and I'm bringing you how I play. But I'm taking notice the more and more I play, I'm teaching the computer more things. And like I said, it fixes its problems and it fixed things. Now it knows more, it's just it gets harder and harder for me. But because it's gotten harder, it forces me to do other things. That it takes me right back to when I first learned how to play chess, why I did what I did to begin with, and now why I'm doing what I'm doing today yet, and still the same way, the way I still think then, I still think today, because I'm like forced back then. I was like, I had to come up with this. I didn't, like Jay Bird says, you got to come up with your own. I couldn't win until I got to Jay Bird, and then the playing style, the opening, the whole thing, the theory. But now that I keep playing this and game after game with these bots and programs, it's like, okay, now it's getting smarter, it's getting harder, it's you're teaching it more and more and more, and it's like it's not fair to me. And okay, but this is the way the game is, and I got to deal with it. Well, guess what? Like, the program's got to deal with me now too. You know what I mean? Because now you just turning me up another notch to my theory here and how I'm going to play. So, which this takes us back to how we play chess. And remember 1976 and 77. Okay, I'm in white. And this is called Knight's Queen Standing, Nightbird Right Wing Castle to bot 1500, game 88. No errors, no assistance, no help whatsoever to beat this bot. And let's get down to it right now with a h3, e5, d3, d5, f3. And I discussed this before when these two to push the pawns in the order. Well, it's true how you want to play your game. And this pawn, because if he comes here and he wants to take and he wants to do that and we'll trade queens, fine. All right. And I saw this, and you basically you're going to know what you want to do, so you can do your opening, and why you need to open up this way first. There's a reason, and we're going to get to it after f3, c6, h2. And that is the knight's corner table right here. I call this, but let's complete the whole thing first. After h2, e7, g3, d8, g2, d7. Now it's strangely acting, and this is, I call this the Donnersberg here. And I quite didn't figure it. This is only strong on certain situations and certain openings, and how you use it and how to play, which I'm still trying to figure out yet what the Donnersberg's purpose is yet. That one I'm still working on. But it's really handy. It really is. Like I said, only certain situations or certain openings that it could be at its best. Okay, after d7, a3, my typical how I push my pieces. I don't want nothing coming down here. After a3, d4. Okay, no problem. Knighty, d2. And this is the knight's queen standing right here. Now, there's all kinds of ideas here. We can go over here and then perform the one square nightbird, you see? Or we can come over here and then push this up and then put the knight here. Or bring this knight over here and move this up and put this knight up here and then bring this knight over here. And then, yeah, you see, my theory is working here. You're moving your pieces like this. In, out, and around, up and down, and all around. Okay, after d2, a6, castles. And I think, here's the thing, the computer and at 1500 is seeing, well, look at all this, what everything I just got done telling you. He's looking at, and what's he figuring out? Well, and there it is. That is the Knight's Queen standing, Nightbird right wing castle, right here. Right here. I know it's the corner table too, but you already know what that is. And now, but in this situation, this is called the Knight's Queen standing, Nightbird right wing corner table. Okay, after that, G6. What is that? Looks like a E1, H6, E4. I pass. What's he going to do? Take it? I'll take it. He can't take it. I got a rook here. What's he going to do? And then, so after E4, E6, now the knight, he goes up F3, takes C1, takes C1, C8, takes E4, F6, D7, takes D7, B4, E7, B2, A8, B1, and now I just plan on attacking over here. His king's over here, and we're going to attack over here. After B1, H6, C1, G8, C4, takes C3, takes C3, takes C3, takes C3, G5. And to me, the balance, I have the winning position here. Because it's like these two would take care of this, and this is still, he has no control over nothing here. He has no time to do nothing, to do anything. All right, after G5, F1, D8, E3, D6, F5, D7. Of course, I'm going to just trade it all down now. I'm going to just go right through him like nothing. After E7, takes E7, C1, H5, E5, F6, F6 takes F6, takes B7, B8, takes A6, H4, and look, I could have passed, but you know what? And if he would have went here, I couldn't come back. This is all defended anyway. But you know what? I'm not worried about that pawn at all, because right now, I don't see it. There's no way. After C4, takes G3, takes E6, takes E6, takes G3, B5, C7, takes H3, E1, E5, takes E5, takes E5, G2, H8, C5, D4. Now, I could have made myself a little bit of problem because I didn't pass like that. I was too worried about, I'm seeing it. I saw the whole thing that I'm winning, but maybe I didn't have enough patience there. That's possible. But after D4, takes G5, A8, A5, D8, A7, G8, A4, E8, B5, H8, A5. And what can he do? If he takes or even comes over here, I'll just run these two pieces up. The rook's going to just defend this whole thing either way. I'll put it here, the pawn here, and the rook here. And what is he going to do? After he takes that and goes over, I'll just walk this all the way up. He's got nothing. That's why he does what he does. After A5, B8, B6, H8, A6, D8, B7, takes D3, A8, D4, Queenie, A4, B3, E4, E8, D4, A4, C3, A6, B2, B8, A3, A7, A2, and that's game. My style to finish it off. Let's go back over this. Let's just look at the opening here. And yes, I blundered some stuff here, made some mistakes, more likely, but let's look at this. And I knew what I wanted to do from the get-go. And like I said before in the beginning of this video, how the program, I keep playing games and it's getting better and better. when I do my Nightbird and whatever opening I'm doing. So I end up changing my way of thinking, and I'm catching it, and it's thinking right now. I mean, look at it. It's okay. It's doing all that. I'm like, what is? There's nothing here. What's he? And then he goes like that. Normally you'd think he'd go here, put his knight up, castle. You know, he wants to do this. He didn't want me to develop any more pieces. I think he goes the other way again. Let's see, I forget. And there's nothing here for him to do that. And now I do it. And if that bishop would have been here, then I would, one square Nightbird, you know, knight this one here. You go bananas, push this up. Like I just told you before, what now I can't even remember the order of how I do it. It gets tough. You know, like you see things and then you don't see things. You know things and then you don't know things, and you do things and then you don't do things. It's crazy. All right, but the game went like this, and now the computer, I believe it all got confused by this. And now it's totally, it's done. It's just, and I see that I'm winning. I brought this knight. I knew I'm going to bring it over, and I see what I got to do. I just got to get down here and just start trading pieces, basically. I should have passed. I know. That could have waited. I should have passed. I could have made this game a lot more easier than what I did. I don't know. Maybe if I would have passed, he would have dropped his knight here. Maybe I'm looking at that, you know. Instead, I go like this to get rid of the knight. You see? Maybe that's what I was thinking. You see, it gets tough. Like I say, explaining the game and playing the game and doing it is two different things, man. But I went this way. You know, I'll trade it down. Well, obviously, you can see this is winning. And the game went like, you know, the end. All right, let's go back again. Let's see the opening. But because it gets tougher for me if I keep doing the same opening, the computer like updates itself, and it gets harder for me. And I get to the point, well, now I think the computer's cheating, because now it's like, wait a minute, you're fixing your problems, and now I gotta. So then I play different games. I end up opening up like this, and that's what happens. And that's why you're starting to see these different. I'm bringing my theory to you in a different way, because it can be performed in different ways. Like I told you before, I can't stress it enough how you can move your pieces around in the first three rows. And that's what I'm trying to bring to you right now. You know, let's look at it again. I hope you can understand that. And this is just my style and way of playing chess. How I moved my pieces back then. I was passing all the time. I was moving my pieces around. And I'm bringing it all to you right now, and how I play, and still play the same way today. All right. Thanks for stopping by. And we're going to have some more. Remember, 1976 and the 770. Thanks.